Hey, thank you for stopping by. Al here, and welcome to Dark Side Movie Reviews. If you are a guest here, a special welcome to you, and I hope you enjoy your time here and you consider subscribing and joining the community. So in my last video, I said I wanted to do something a little bit different. So here's what I thought. I thought it would be cool, given the success of Mission Impossible Fallout, if we ranked all of Tom Cruise's movies. Well, not all of them. We're actually only going to do the top 5 because he has like 46. But the range we're looking at is all the way back from 1983 to the current movie, Mission Impossible Fallout. So these are my top 5 Tom Cruise movies. This was really hard to do, as you can imagine, because the guys had so many good films. It's really hard to pick a top 5. And I'm okay, actually, if you disagree with my list, because I want to know how you would rank the movies, and I want to know how you would comment on my ranking. So fire away in the comment section, and let's get some discussion going on about this. So let's get started. Let's start with number 5. So number 5 for me is The Firm. This is by far the best legal thriller, even to date, that we've seen on the big screen. Probably one of the best book-to-film adaptations that we've seen on the big screen as well. And Grisham has had some pretty good movies within this genre when you think about Runaway Jury and you think about The Pelican Brief. But this movie stands out to me, and I really love the execution of the story here. But what I really think brings this movie out is the cast of the film. Of course, you have starring alongside of Tom Cruise, Gene Hackman, and then you have Gene Triplehorn, but you also have Wilford Bramley, you have Edward Harris, Hal Halbrook. I feel like I'm missing somebody else. Who else am I missing? I feel like I'm missing somebody. If I am and you guys know who it is, put it in the comments below. But I think the casting of this film actually made it so successful because of how the story was told, and the complementing cast. It just came across so well on screen as a really powerful legal thriller. So this is number 5 for me. Coming in at number 4 is Edge of Tomorrow. This was a really good movie, probably because I really love Emily Blunt on screen, but the chemistry between Cruise and Blunt is really good in this movie. And also the character arc with Cruise is really good in this movie as well. To kind of see where he comes from the beginning to where he ends at the end of the film is interesting. And the whole idea of repeating the same day over and over again, having the same experiences, and within that time frame figuring out how you can actually deal with the crisis at hand is a pretty interesting idea, right? It's a little bit strange kind of, but they pull it off so well. It's kind of like Groundhog's Day meets Aliens. The movie has a nice frenetic pace visually that really keeps you engaged, and it has its comedic elements, which is really good as well. Bill Paxton is really funny in this as well. But even just the whole turning of the day repeated over and over again, and how they balance humor with the gravity of the situation is really good. This film actually surprised me. It was much better than what I thought it was going to be. Now, coming in at number 3 is Minority Report, and I love this movie for so many different reasons. I mean, this is a master collaboration between Spielberg and Cruise, and one of the great things about this movie is the visual impact of the film. So it's really crazy, because what's unique about this to me is the fusion and looks of the film, because the film kind of looks like a dystopian future in terms of how it's colored, how it's structured, kind of gritty, but at the same time it's set within a technologically advanced future. And it's really cool because some of the technologies that we see today we saw in that film that came out years ago before these technologies even existed, i.e. the swiping and all of that good stuff. So visually, this is an amazing film, and I really enjoyed the special effects in this movie as well. And it does go to show you how well he is actually able to use CGI in a film, which I have no problems with. Some people hate CGI, but hey, I say when appropriate, use it. So this movie is a movie that I really love. Not to mention the story was pretty interesting too. The whole idea of persecuting somebody for a crime that has not yet been committed based on a system that the precogs were all set up around. So this was a really, really entertaining film, both story-wise and visually. It comes in as number 3. So number 2 is Collateral. Boy, this was such a good movie, and the collaboration between Jamie Foxx and Tom Cruise was really good in this movie, and I felt like their chemistry was also really good. But what makes Collateral so good, outside of the interesting storyline really of a hitman that's kind of winding down his career in a totally unsuspecting cabbie, very docile person, and how they get interwoven into this story is really interesting. But the visual impact of this was really good too. One of the things you notice about this is how there are a lot of close tight shots in this, and I think it goes so well with the theme of this movie and the way that this movie is written. So this is one good piece of storytelling, both visually and story-wise. It made for a really kind of high-impact, gritty, kind of close tension of a movie that I really enjoyed. So Collateral by far is one of my favorite Tom Cruise movies. And number one for me is Mission Impossible 1. Ironically enough, I mean, there's been a lot of Mission Impossible movies within the franchise, but none of them have even come remotely close to Mission Impossible 1. Mission Impossible 1 by far to me was the one that had the most tension and most felt kind of like a spy thriller movie. Really enjoyed so many different aspects of it, from the story build in that movie to the different performances from Jon Voight and all of the other players in that movie. I thought that was really, really good. And that movie of the Mission Impossible franchise had the most impact. It felt most like a spy movie. Cruise did a fabulous job in that movie. So my favorite, or my number one Tom Cruise movie, is Mission Impossible, the start of the series of the franchise. So there you have it, you guys, a quick list of my top 5 Tom Cruise movies. So what did you think about my list? What would your list be? Let's get some discussion going on about this in the comments below, because I want to know what you think about what I shared and why your list would be different if it would be different. If you guys want to share more than 5, then that is fine by me. The more comments, the merrier. So let's get into this, guys. Thank you so much as always for visiting the channel. I do appreciate it. And with that, I will see you on the next video.